All right, welcome back to Back in Body Hurts Rave podcast, where we talk about all things EDM related. I'm your host Benny, and this is Sonny.
Hey everyone.
That's Kern.
Hey.
And Christine.
Hi.
In this episode, we're gonna talk about Raver energy.
Hey.
Quick debate. How we get unlimited energy. We're also going to talk about Raver math.
Yeah, the recent trend that's been going on where people keep listing, I guess people have heard of boy math, girl math. Well, we're going to talk about Raver math.
Yeah.
And see what funny things we have on those.
And how we
can it all makes sense at the end of the day.
Yeah.
All right. What did everyone do this weekend?
First show.
First show.
We all went except for Benny.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, we almost had another team outing, but Benny's like, nah, I don't want to go.
Not my thing.
It was also a Thursday. We went to Subtronics. So Subtronics was in town for...
Sub daddy.
Well, yeah. He's just, I was going to say that. For a 2-night event. So he did Thursday, Friday. Different lineups on both. So this was actually... I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast, but for Toronto event organizing, I think Eli Brown has this, but it's actually an Insomniac-sponsored event.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Subtronics one?
So Eli Brown is also an Insomniac-sponsored event. If you never noticed.
Like the whole tour?
The whole tour is. So even the Toronto stop's Insomniac sponsored.
Interesting.
It's just team up with Embrace. So I think Embrace is teamed up with Insomniac to host events here. So technically the Toronto Subtronic show is a Bass Rush, which is the Insomniac brand, Embrace, and Insomniac. Which is very interesting.
I think Subtronics did like a Subtronic Presents, not Zombieland. What's that other one? Something Dome.
Oh, Cyclops Zone. Yeah. So now he's doing the curated event. He's big enough now too, where he's right now probably one of the top dogs in dubstep. He's closed Lost Lands twice now. It's kind of cool to see where he's come from. So yeah, I know us three went. I actually have OG Subtronics merch. Like I bought OG Subtronics merch when he was the third artist on a billing in Toronto.
So is it the yellow stuff?
It's the yellow Cyclops one.
Yeah.
So the Cyclops one. Yeah, so that's the one I wore on Thursday. One of the OG ones. But
one of my friend bought it. The
jersey.
Yellow,
jersey
it looks
special
so
merch for us.
nice.
Yeah.
The maple leaf.
Yeah, it did look nice.
But you know what? So we talk about the ticket reselling being a crazy thing. But
Subtronics tanked.
But jersey reselling, I think there's people just going out there to buy. Like when that jersey was announced, I knew there were people go early to the show, buy the jersey, then put it on eBay for like $600.
Yeah.
And apparently that's what happened.
Yeah.
So some people bought the jersey and just resold it right away. Once again, it's a brand. It's a unique jersey for Toronto.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you know if it was resold?
Right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming if you couldn't get it, you're gonna cave if you really want one. Once again, it's a unique merch.
I think it was like 150 or something.
Yeah, it was 150.
It was
Yeah.
150, but I guarantee people are selling for 300. I saw 300, and I saw someone post for like 400.
Because at the end of Thursday night, I think there were only like extra larges left, but they restocked the next day. Yeah.
But it looks nice. The one reason I liked it is because like we're a hockey town. Honestly, you could wear that to a Leafs game, and people wouldn't be like, "Oh, that kind of works, right?" Because it's essentially a hockey jersey. Yeah. But
but the real hockey fans can tell the difference.
Yeah.
We're like, who's Subtronics?
I mean, my hockey jersey is funny too because I got an old one that I got. It's actually number 23, which is Austin Matthews, but it's actually our old goalie James Reimer. so I've worn it to a game. It's like, oh, 23. Oh wait, what? Why does it say Reimer on the back? Because people forget he had the 23. But yeah, we went to Subtronics.
How did you guys enjoy the show?
I thought it was great.
It was good.
I think it was good.
Yeah.
I mainly chose it because it was Barely. I wanted to see Barely Alive over Dirt Monkey. Yeah.
I'm not.
Barely Alive was good. Yeah, I liked him.
Barely Alive was good. I know all the artists on the lineup, like Sokka. I saw a little bit of him at E-Force. Pretty good, vibey opener start. Like he played with Emorphic is known for his slogans, "Angry shit only." He did a pretty heavy set for what it was. Not for everyone's cup of tea when it comes to that stuff. And then Barely Live, as what Christine just said, yeah, Barely Live was great. Like I love that. I call it growl dubstep, where he somehow elongates that bass sound and makes it like growly.
Interesting.
So some of the drops are like fantastic.
Yeah, he wore a helmet too. He wore a box helmet.
Yeah, I said
That's his thing, no? That's his
thing. I always say he's my favorite microwave. That's literally what I say. He's my favorite microwave.
But what was weird was like I think Barely Alive and Subtronics were playing a little more like non-EDM, like how do you say this, like ABBA's type of stuff.
Yeah, no, Barely Alive's known for that. He's known for that 80s flair where he has like Vice City vibes. I didn't really get that from Subtronics does those remixes like that, but not as much as Barely Alive was. I had a lot of that stuff. Like I
think some of my friends were not vibing with that stuff.
I'm not a big fan when he does that stuff.
It was really odd. Yeah,
I'm not a big fan when he does that stuff. I like
it was actually okay for me because I'm not really a bass head.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to appreciate like bass events. So like him throwing in some of that stuff kind of hits a little bit, helps, gets into the groove of it. So I would say like if you want to get into bass, go see Barely Alive. Yeah. At least there's some like lyrics, some some way to get you into the groove of like headbanging.
Yeah, as a bass head, yeah, would prefer a little less that.
Yeah. I know you're
just pure
madness.
Yeah.
So then, did you see Amorphic set? I forget what time you showed up.
I think I showed up pretty early.
Yeah, because Amorphic set's like pretty much just angry stuff. It's all hard.
That history.
I think I probably did see a little bit of it, but usually I just kind of tone out at the beginning.
Yeah, the history is like one of those venues too, like. For a certain headlight, you just kind of chill. Like it's like a chill out spot with friends.
You walk around, go get water or a drink, and then go find some friends. Sorry?
Don't get the pizza.
There's pizza?
There's pizza.
Yeah, right.
It's not that good apparently.
Like I watched my friend eat pizza that night, but I was like, you just walk around, see who comes in, see some friends, chill, drink some water, get merch, go to the washroom like 2-3 times. Like, yeah, that's about it.
Does Subtronic sell regular his own jerseys too?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. His merch is pretty goddamn good. Like even the pashmina, I think my one friend was she bought it at the end, but there was a couple we met like that was just like vibing with our group, and then I'm like. She had the pash, so I pulled her. I'm like, hey, can my friend touch your pash just to see the fabric? And then she touched it, and then she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Okay, yeah, the quality of his merch is fantastic. But yeah, I enjoyed this set because he played so much drum and bass, which was like
Subtronics.
Yeah, so good.
I did dance to a lot of the drum and bass ever since I seen Headaches. Now I know how to get into the groove of it.
This man has been fully converted.
Whoa, I wouldn't say fully converted. It takes a while, but yes.
You'll find out Chasing Status, right? Chasing Status, I'm going. Wilkinson, I'm going. So we'll see. Yeah, but set was good. The one weird thing was there was no lasers, which... So
that's surprising.
Yeah,
they usually have like bass shows. Usually just
because Slander even when we went for what
Thursday.
Was it? Slander and also Casablanca had great lasers. And I was my buddy's like, oh, where are the lasers? I'm like, I don't know. Like, there's no lasers. So he did the Friday show. None of us went to the Friday show, but apparently on Friday they had lasers.
Which they had a lot of lasers.
Which was kind of. Did you go Friday?
No, I did not go live.
No, I don't think anyone here went Friday. But
I saw stories.
Yeah.
And so a special guest.
Friday they had a special guest.
Rez came out.
Rez, right. Oh my god.
Only Thursday he debuted a song that he was collaborating with Rez.
Special ID.
Yeah.
He debuted it, but he didn't have Rez come. Once again, what pisses me off, and this is where I always say, or I think I mentioned last week, always go to the day 2 of the day 1. Sometimes schedule doesn't permit it, so like always go based on your schedule. But whenever there's 2 days, always go the second day because shit like that. So what happened apparently was the laser guy couldn't make it for Thursday's show, which
the laser guy couldn't make it.
I don't know if that's a valid excuse because of traffic was the reason, but like
he was probably procrastinating.
But yeah, it's like, bro. Well, I'm assuming you probably didn't get paid.
This guy is a laser guy. You literally have one job.
Yeah,
like get the lasers.
I don't know. Once again, I don't have too many details, but bro, if you're from Toronto and you don't account for traffic, especially when you have a show you got to set up for. Come on.
Maybe he's the first time in Toronto. That's why.
I said I don't have those details.
We're
so
not
it's
a small
weird.
city. They probably think us Canadians are very like.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an oversight.
Hey, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna start it off. It gets you from Toronto to Toronto in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
that's the thing in Toronto.
It's essentially true. So apparently, like once again, lasers add to the production value, but my annoyance was they're the same cost. Right? The
Well,
cost
it's
of
similar.
no, it was exactly the same. $80. If you bought single day tickets, it was $80. I think for Thursday and $80 for Friday.
70, right?
No, it was like the
if you
same
bought
price.
2 days.
Yeah, well, 2 days it was a different price, like because you're going to
120
both.
or something
But if
like
you
that.
bought the individual, they're both the same price. Which,
I bought individual face value off of a friend. It was 70.
yeah, and I think that's what it was for Friday too.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go,
Mm-hmm.
so for them to get res and lasers,
It's a lot more worth
Thursday
it.
people got gypped on that, which kind of sucks.
That was
Shafted.
the elevated experience. But in terms of the music,
Yeah, music wise, it was fine. So
Yeah,
Thursday,
was
no,
fine.
Thursday was better.
was it?
I like Thursday.
Well, you didn't go Friday,
You
so
didn't
we
go.
gotta.
But if you look
Oh,
at
you're,
it,
you're talking about the support lineup.
Yeah, you're talking support line, yeah.
So my whole decision for going too, with other events, which we'll talk about, but
Yeah.
like my whole reason for going, God, I hate Thursday events, but what it's always turning out. So the problem with Thursday events is now I'm starting to realize if you do Thursday events, you can do an event Friday and Saturday, which is like, oh my God.
which is Raver math.
Which is, Raver math at that point.
You just maximize your weekend.
You
at
literally
that point.
maximize your weekend, which is, you'll find out from this weekend.
It's
what-
interesting. Like since we're like I guess a secondary city, like we get a bunch of Thursday shows, but the good thing is we get Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows, and then sometimes Sunday shows too.
Yeah,
So which
we're
makes us
rarely
get
Sunday.
more shows than other people.
We're a good city. I like to compare Buffalo because Buffalo always gets Thursday shows.
Yeah.
Whenever there's a tour,
There's even Wednesday shows like Seven Lions. Yeah.
They always get the Thursday show or
Wow.
Wednesday show because it's Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
They have a crowd, but it's not as big as other cities. So like
They're literally right before, like usually on a road tour set, like they're like right before either Pittsburgh or Toronto.
Yeah, the only time we get screwed is when it's like
New York City.
New York, LA, or Chicago, right?
Yeah.
So if it's like, then Toronto's always the Thursday. That's always the case. No artist is rarely an artist is gonna be Chicago Thursday, Toronto Friday, and then New York Saturday. And New York will never get a Thursday show like unless it's like actually scheduled to be Thursday for an
That's
artist.
true.
But yeah, fire set, and then Friday. That's it. This weekend
This
ended
is
up being
another bender for
This
you.
is another
right?
bender, which ended up being.
those who didn't know, last week Sonny and I went for 3
I
shows.
saw him
and
5
this
days in a
week-
row.
And this
Sobbed?
week, no,
Saw him.
No. This week we also going into 3 shows, and I saw Sonny 5 days in a row. Every event I went to, I was like, hey.
What's up? So yeah, Friday, we ended up going to last minute full send Dylan Matthews, which wasn't an EDM event per se. It was
EDM related.
it was EDM related, but it was actually him like singing.
Yeah, pretty
Like
much.
that.
Literally at 7 p.m. they're like texting me. I was in Buffalo. They were texting me looking for tickets, and I was like, okay, yeah, I have 2 tickets from a friend, so like, go connect. But
This was a bender weekend because we went Subtronics, went home, went to bed, and this whole goes to the Raver math. 2 hours, 3 hours of sleep. Go to work. Then at 7 o'clock, I'm like, I should probably nap. And then all of a sudden, this conversation starting about Dylan Matthews, and then I pretty much hit with the key. If you go, I go.
Go, yeah. And I said, I go.
And I'm like, and here I am at like, I gotta eat and like get ready and go.
and then I
Pretty
get these
much.
messages. We need the tickets. I'm like, didn't the doors already open for this event already? And I was like,
It
so
opens in
confused.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally showed up like right when Dylan Matthews came on, which was like fantastic.
Me too.
Yeah, right at that time, and we both just walked in. It's like sick.
So many
It was
simps.
it was funny because like the crowd, half of it was for Dylan Matthews and half of it was because of Dylan Matthews. So in a sense that people who've seen Slander, seen Seven Lions, and Millennium, they all go for that reason. Dylan Matthews. I consider Dylan Matthews as the final boss of sad boy music.
Not Halion
No.
I think Dylan Matthews is now
Nah.
like the top dog.
Nah.
because of like first time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
all the bang. And the one thing I was worried about with the show, reason why I never pulled the trigger initially was one, we were going to go to Marsh after.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure the timing because I wasn't sure, like they said it's a show. It's like a late show. So I'm like, oh, it's going to end at maybe 11, 12, right?
Yeah.
But it actually ended at 10.
Yeah.
So like,
Late show meaning concert late show.
yeah,
Yeah,
concert
it's a
late
late
show.
show.
So we weren't sure. And then, he came on at like 9. And honestly, it was probably like the sad boy event of the year is what
Yeah.
we call it. It was so... His voice live was better than in the songs.
Audios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he sounded so good. He had the band too. he played his album stuff, which is also very good. If you haven't checked out his normal non-EDM album, it's very good. Once again, Sad Boy, it was based off a breakup he had last year.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that during the songs. He did a little bit of a Christmas stuff. But I think the reason why most people were there were to hear the EDM side. He played He played First Time. He played Love Is Gone. He played Happy Where We Are. He played the Jason Ross.
The one that got away.
The one that got away.
Run.
Oh my. Run. He played Run.
That's
oh
like
my
all
God.
sad music.
It
He was
was-
listing all the names. I'm
it
like, bro,
was-
it's all sad.
Like I said, the final boss of EDM. the
Yeah,
final boss
it was incredible. And it's just obviously it's like, oh, he didn't play this one. Then obviously Love Is Gone. It was a sing along with everyone.
Yeah.
And then everyone knew what the final song was, the encore, which was First Time.
Yeah.
Which is like, he even said, this is a song that blew me up, which
Aw.
made sense, right? Because it is an anthem. It is like the mega collab anthem for everyone.
I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I was surprised when they were looking for the tickets. I'm like, these two guys? For like this?
It was so last minute, you guys.
It was actually a last minute.
Yeah.
move.
And then 2 hours later, it was a 180, right?
Well, Raver math, I already had to be in downtown.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
so
hey,
it's just you just gotta maximize.
yeah, I just
your
came
area.
early. I just came early.
Exactly.
Well, 2 hours later, it was a 180, right? Of
Yeah.
music.
Well, yeah, and then literally from there we went to Marsh.
Where was that?
It was
So it's
at
like
Coda.
Yes.
So it was an open to close set. Marsh is known for doing this stuff. He's part of the Anjuna Deep label.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the top dogs.
I would say he is.
Yeah, I would say he's probably the top dog
Yeah.
in the Anjuna Deep scene. Like, he's just so good. He started off with a lot of the like prog Anjuna Deep stuff. Honestly, the journey was fantastic that he did. But man, now one thing about all this is we were brain dead by the end of this.
I
Like
was
going
done.
to Subtronics on like 2 hours of sleep, then somehow going to Dylan Matthews, and then at 3 o'clock, I think we all talked about, oh, we're gonna leave at like 3:10.
Yeah.
Then the man starts playing trance
That's
classics,
classics.
and I'm just like, oh my God. Yikiran starts walking, like, he played like 2, and then he's like, yo, I gotta go. And I'm like,
I told Sonny this. I told Sonny this.
I gotta
Like,
go.
if I don't go, I'm staying for the whole set.
Yeah.
Right. So as I was walking, and he just started playing bangers
yeah,
after
he
bangers.
walks away, and I'm like, bro, you can't leave right now. Like, he's literally playing, like, oh my God, he's playing all the, he played Traffic Tiesto. He played, what is
Castles
it?
in the Sky.
Yeah, Castles in the Sky. Oh, it was just
my God.
one after another for the final hour and a half. Now, I didn't even last the full set. Because I went with my one friend, and he doesn't really like trance as much. So I kind of, I was his, like, I drove him, and I was gonna, so I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, you gotta stay here with me till like as long as and then by 4 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I'll wait for one bad classic song, and then we'll leave. And then he played one bad classic song, and we just left. But then apparently he played Adagio for strings near the end.
Oh my
And
God.
he ended with what is it? What's the I'm forgetting the name.
Was it Castle? No. It's
No,
like,
it was the
ATB.
no, it was
Who's on
Sandstorm.
that?
Sandstorm.
Oh,
He ended with
yeah,
Sandstorm.
yeah.
I was like, when's he gonna play He played. It was his final song that apparently he played.
Wait, so
God.
you stayed too?
He stayed
No.
till 3.
I stayed. Okay, I was leaving.
At 2.
I left Sonny at 3:15, and I stayed for another 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you walk back to him or you just?
No, I just
he's
stayed.
literally probably by the door.
By the
waiting.
I
door.
was at the door, and then there was bangers after bangers, and I went into the crowd to record one last video, and then I left.
You didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I
I like
left
it.
around like 4:10, so I missed the final 20 minutes.
Wow.
And then I was. Did I even sleep? I don't even remember if I slept.
You definitely have
I had to
slept.
go see my parents, so I
Yeah,
didn't sleep that much. I
yeah.
slept like a couple hours, and then, but that was us. I
you
think
get
you
up
went
to
somewhere
Christine?
too, right?
I went
Friday.
to the Just Dreaming Collective DJ birthday party. So there were 4 birthday boys. It was DJ Malik, Aaron, Zookeeper, Leo, Mazzy, Omar, and
All our local boys,
NRP,
right? Yeah.
not Ryan Fam.
It's
Ryan,
more
yeah,
than,
yeah.
that sounds like more than 4.
Oh no, it's their
Alias
DJ
is-
name and their actual
name.
name.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
There were 4 birthdays. a lot of people there. A lot of people showed up. There was actually a line at Bardem. We were at capacity.
Yeah, Bardem's been like I think there's a couple of events they're hosting like weekly now.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, it sounds pretty lit.
It was at capacity because it was like a joint DJ birthday, and they were letting in like regular crowds.
Did they use the front door?
No.
It's always the back
It's
door.
always the back.
I never needed to line up for Bardem. Just walk in.
I woke up late again. Like I took a nap, and then they were like, "When are you coming? Like there's a line right now, and I can't even get people in. Like the DJs couldn't get people in." And I was like, "Whoa!" So I Ubered myself there. Got there. There seemed to be a line. I did not see anything, but CL, shout out to Charles. He just walked me up to the security guy. "Hey, this is our tour manager." They're in. So I just walked in. They didn't even give me a wristband because people get wristbands, and then there was like just a bunch of people playing. They had a whole like lineup for people playing, right? But then a lot of the locals are also DJs, so they just dropped in, played dropped some music. At the end there was a lot of techno and trance, which was pretty good. They were doing the Dennis was trans, so TRVN. He was doing the In and Out of Love and Elia remix onto Cascade. What was it? What's that Cascade song? Why am I brain farting? But yeah, he overlaid it with a Cascade song.
Yeah, I've talked to Dennis a lot about trance. He got FOMO watching my stories from Dream State.
Cold as Stone.
Yeah.
He layered that on top of it, and then I was like screaming, and then like it was just a bunch of genres all in one night. I was like shuffling at one point. It was really fun. The cake was really good. I ate 2 slices.
Yeah. Whose birthday was it from the Just Dreaming?
All 4.
All four birthday? It was just a joint birthday.
It was like a December Sagittarius birthday.
Shout out December boys.
Yeah, Sagittarius men.
That's Sonny right
Yeah,
here.
let's go.
December boy.
Oh gosh, Sagittarius?
No, I'm Capricorn.
Okay. But yeah, it was great. There's a lot of Bardem events now. They're talking about throwing more bass events there too.
Wow.
Because so far,
Can I imagine headbanging at Bardem?
That sounds dangerous.
yeah, so far it's been like mellow dub, techno trance, tech house. But yeah, they're thinking about bringing a regular bass schedule.
Wow.
Yeah, it was good. Family event basically, because that was basically my first show out after I came back from New York. So like people were coming up to me, "Hey Christine, how are you doing? Like we're so worried for you." Like recent months I've been going through quarter life crisis, so they saw how it was before I left, and when I came back, there was like I wasn't even joking. Like people were coming up to me and saying like, "Christine, are you doing okay? We're worried for you. You were gone for so long. OMG, you look like you lost a bunch of weight," which I did. And yeah, it was just very heartwarming. It's like a family and friends event. So a lot of people I've known for like maybe 8-9 years, and like a lot of new music friends. It was like just very heartwarming to see. So
Bardem is a really good community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Community area.
Because the owner himself really likes EDM, so that's why he endorses these things. As we mentioned before, he also has a different bar at District 3. Bathurst College, and he also throws things sometimes there, but the main spot is currently Bardem because it's very accessible location and a nicer build.
Is it a certain ethnicity that's more catered towards? Like
it's not catered. Bardem is a Vietnamese bar.
Oh, that's what I meant, like in terms of cuisine or like drink
Yes.
types. Yeah.
The bartenders there have their own drinks. And a lot of people know one specific bartender there, Steven. Shout out to Rice Roll. He does a lot of like really good drinks that like are like heavy-handed.
You mean the ratios are off? Is what you're telling me? Better value.
Value drinks.
The value is
Yeah.
solid.
So if you want drinks from a cute boy, good drinks.
Are you saying he's single on the market?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
You believe so? Can you
You
confirm?
believe so? Okay, you want to confirm it for
We'll
the
put it in the
audience?
description.
Yeah. We can put his socials in the description.
Definitely a good spot to go if you're not sure about paying more for like raves if you don't rave that much or you haven't been raving, because the DJs there have a lot of potential and they are like
It's a good starting point.
Yeah,
It's a good starting point.
really
There's no
good starting point.
cover. There's no like
sometimes
tickets.
there's ticketing, but only for more private events, but it's still like open to the public ticketing. So I recommend it. It's like under $20 if you go. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Good way to check out EDM, I think, too.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Exactly.
I didn't go anywhere. I was
usual?
supposed to go So there was the Excella and Kozlov event that was scheduled like a month or two before.
Yeah. Once again, Raver math. We all bought tickets.
I did.
Even though I had March tickets, I still bought tickets to that event for options.
We were supposed to. We were calculating if we can do March for like 4 hours, and then we leave exactly at 2 just to catch Kozlov.
Yeah, just to catch Kozlov.
Wait. So how do you pronounce it?
Kozlov.
So it was originally it was NXella and Kozlov.
Yeah.
Is this Kovlov or Kozlov?
Kozlov.
Kozlov.
With a Z.
Okay.
Yeah. Originally it was how do you pronounce it? XNL.
NXella. NXella.
And Alex.
And
And Kozlov.
NXella.
But then they had an issue with getting an Alexella.
NXella's visa, yeah.
Yeah. So then it switched to just Kozlov.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I don't know, he couldn't make it again.
Did they shorten the set then? I guess it
No,
was like...
so he
what I heard was when NXella had to cancel because of visa issues, they asked Kozlov to do an extended set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
He was
know
probably
if
like,
that went
no.
through. I have no idea if that broke down or anything.
Yeah. And then there was issues with getting Kozlov into Toronto or something. And it was just a completely different headliner. Trox. What's his hard techno alias?
Oh, it's some.
It's
I
like
just forgot.
something three-faced something. I don't know.
Sorry, we didn't look it up for this
We had
podcast.
to look it up. But yeah, I didn't end up going because
None of us ended up going. But the thing is, they didn't offer us refunds either when NXella dropped,
yeah.
and then when Kozlov dropped, they didn't offer us refunds. We all were like, what do we do? Like, so then
I didn't mind seeing just Kozlov. Like I would have went, but then the hills for snowboarding opened up the next day, so I was like, oh,
rather just
I'd rather
right?
just go to sleep early and then wake up early, go to the hills,
Yeah, it's fair.
and
Yeah, I mean, you're not getting what you paid for, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what it comes down to. You weren't getting what you paid for. Yeah, support local. I get it. But at the same time, like, that's not what you paid for. So,
Yeah.
like, what happened was I think we all emailed about, like, hey, what about refunds for this? And they did. Shout out industry for doing this. They said, hey, if you guys want to still go to the event,
They will give us the reschedule.
They'll give you, so they'll give us, we can go to the event using the ticket and not refund it. And then for the event, when it's rescheduled, we go for free.
Yeah.
Which is honestly, that's great.
That's
As a
great.
company to offer that, shout out industry to offer that. Now, the one thing is that we took the refund option because we were technically going to Marsh. Right?
Yes.
So like in our head, like it made no sense to take that offer, but I probably would have taken that offer.
Yeah, I would have taken that offer too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't because
Well, not,
the rescheduled.
That's another thing, yeah.
The rescheduled, I wasn't sure if I can make it because there's so many shows coming in
Yeah,
January,
so-
February.
and I wouldn't think the tickets would be that expensive. Where it's
Yeah.
like worst case, you're gonna spend $5 more. It's
Exactly.
not gonna be something ridiculous. So
I'd rather have a little bit more flexibility in the schedule than have
So,
that.
so I know for industry, I know it sucks. You lose both your headliners and you have to throw on another show.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
it was at Axis.
yeah.
So I think that's the first. I've never seen.
I've been to Access. It's the first hard techno show.
hard
there.
techno
Yeah, yeah,
show
yeah.
at Axis.
Axis.
It'd be pretty good to be honest.
I saw some of the Instagram clips, and the venue looks sick. The lights, everything.
So the
was
thing
sick.
is, Access is a very nice venue
Yeah,
for
it is
like.
a very nice venue.
But the problem is that Access, they need to figure out that heating
issue.
that AC
I
situation.
feel like
It
I've
is-
never had an issue with that issue.
Bro, go to a sold out show there, and
Yeah.
you'll be like literally like
Boiling.
boiling. It's so bad.
I went for not Neil Francis. Was it Neil Francis?
It was Neil
Neil
Francis.
Francis. But
I
we
went
were
with
kind
you.
of yeah. We were kind of up in the
Second
top
floor.
though. So it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I've never had a too
Problem.
bad of experience there.
But I've been to Access shows that are packed.
Yeah,
It is
that's what I
hot.
mean. It is
Yeah.
like hot as hell.
I like the venue.
The venue once again, if they solve the AC issue, the venue's fantastic.
There's
I
a
just
lot
don't
of
know.
viewing
I
points.
don't like where the bathroom is located.
It's an odd corner.
Yeah, you
It's
have
in
to
a
go to
corner.
the
You
left.
gotta cut through the crowd just to get to the
Honestly,
corner.
I've seen worse venues to
But,
do that.
if you
Nomad's
did-
worse.
If you didn't know, there's bathrooms upstairs.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, so if you go up the stairs, up the
Crazy.
stairs to the right, it's on the left
It's
left
behind
wall.
the booths.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
Good to
there's
know.
bathroom upstairs and bathroom downstairs.
Yeah.
Everybody just goes downstairs.
Everyone goes
So-
downstairs because
Yeah.
sometimes I think it
Because
might be locked.
no one knows where the
Yeah.
upstairs.
So if you go downstairs, the bouncer at the door do not let people go upstairs. So they say use the downstairs bathroom. But if you use the stairs next to the lights guy to go upstairs, then you can use the upstairs bathroom.
But sometimes it's not always open, the second
Yeah.
floor. But if it is open, there's a bathroom there and you can use it. I think you can
I've
use
been
it.
upstairs from the second
Yeah.
floor. Sometimes they'll let you just stay by the railing.
Yeah, yeah. It's a nice venue. I
Yeah.
like it. I think that's it for Friday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Bro, this turned into a bender for sure.
I
Oh my
know.
god, I don't like. I barely had sleep and I still made it out.
You still made it out.
Yeah, and I didn't even buy a ticket for this one until the last minute. You got me on
No, I
guest list.
got him.
You got-
So on Saturday we went to Noir at Rebel. That's their EDM, their smaller room, right?
Yeah, that's the EDM.
But on Saturdays, that's what they do. They
That-
do events in Noir.
Noir is a nice.
Yeah.
It is a nice venue. So honestly, from where it's come from, it's actually like fantastic now. Like sound, lighting, everything is
the
fantastic.
screens.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what the artists?
Yeah, so the artist, it was like a trance techno night, which is
Yeah.
like great too, right? I
Trance
know that's
and
what
acid
lured.
tech.
That's what lured us, and we ended up going. It was Coma, who I haven't seen in a while. He used to release a lot of stuff on like ASOT and Marie Vault, which is I think what the draw was for us,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because she's been killing it right now
Yeah.
with her techno sound.
Haven't heard Coma's name in a while.
That's what I mean. Like he's like an old like 2014, 2013,
Yeah.
and then he kind of just like I'm like, whoa, where did he come? Like he just like tapered off.
Yeah.
He did his set wasn't really trance set though.
No. I think the entire night was more techno
Techno.
in that sense. So he
Yeah.
did more of a techno,
But it was
techno
it was
trance
good.
set.
Like,
Yeah, it
He
was.
had
Good.
to transition into it.
Yeah. So like it was a good set. It was decent for what it was.
He did end with that Adagio D string.
Yeah. That was good.
Marie Vault was really good.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, I think for the price you paid to get in, solid
worth
night.
it.
Was she
Solid
the
night.
one where you said was like all zipped up and like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she's very pretty.
Yeah.
I will state that
Yeah.
she's a very pretty person, but like she's not like the one thing like with artists, like certain artists, like I think we've mentioned DJ Soda, because there's certain like like she's gonna do what she does
Yes,
to like
yeah.
attract more people, but Marie Vault is like more about I don't know.
She's a good producer.
Good producer. Just I don't know. Just
she's
more
just
about
good.
She
music.
knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Also, DJ Soda knows what she's doing.
Yeah, exactly. in that context, yeah, exactly. yeah. DJ Soda knows what she's doing. Marie Vault knows what she's doing, but she doesn't do more.
No,
to,
she's
yeah.
like, yeah. So you know what's funny? We all actually gotta take a picture with Marie Vault
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end, but no one gave a
It
camera.
was so funny. It was so
we all
funny.
just stood next to her, and no one gave a camera to somebody to take a picture.
Yeah, so then the rebel guy actually took a video, and then we got the video from
Yeah.
him. But no one actually took a picture, which is like,
No one took a picture. That was so funny.
Screenshot video.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was so funny.
Yeah.
But once again, back to the venue. God, I still hate Rebel. Getting to the Rebel.
Getting to Rebel is horrible.
It's still
but
just
Noir is
Even
nice.
though it's noir or whatnot,
Oh.
but we got access to the main stage.
Yeah, that's true too. So
Okay, so this does not happen often. That
So you got
noir-
access to club night.
Yeah, we got access to
Pauly
club
D.
night.
You
So-
go see Pauly D.
Oh my god, it was that night. Okay.
Yeah.
So Saturday I think Saturdays usually they open up both rooms and you can just go between because the
No,
last
not all of them.
It depends. So
It depends.
Jay Lumen we got that.
So yes, you get it. So what happens is if one of the events sells out, they block it off. From what I've been told. So like if because they blocked it off for last one I went to was the Sultan Shepherd and Le Youth, and they had a separate entrance for that night. Daxon night. The
Daxon night we had separate entries.
We had separate. The only and the funny thing. So for the Le Youth Sultan Shepherd one, the reason why we had a separation is because we sold out, but the main room didn't. But then the opposite occurred for Daxon Mark Sherry. I forget who was there, but it was some big rapper was in town, and that event sold out. So then they had a separate entrance for Noir.
Oh,
That's why they had it. So it really depends on what
Okay.
sell. And the reason why is because what happens is the lineups are different,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when we had to go from Revolve, we had to line up with the people going to the main room because you enter from the main room.
well, we got a guest list line, so
Well, we had
Yeah.
no, but even for if you have Noir and it's sold out, if you have guest lists, they do it on the right side.
Yeah,
You don't go through the other venue. The nicest thing about him opening is that we got popcorn.
Yeah.
I went down for
Sure,
popcorn
yeah.
It's
like
always
twice.
popcorn. I used to like Rebel when it first opened, 2017. Loved it for that year, and then no.
It's just a pain in the ass to get to.
pain.
I
in the
go
ass to get
there,
to.
I dart straight to the popcorn section by the door and grab 2 bags. And then you usually see me in the crowd eating while everybody's just like this. And I'm just like,
So, hot take is the reason why the popcorns are so salty is because they make it salty to
make you
get
buy
you buy
drinks.
drinks.
It is. No, it's true.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
they do
true.
it.
Yeah.
That's why they do
Yeah,
it.
that's why they
'Cause
do it.
a lot of times I don't see it on some shows. I don't see it, or is it always there?
most.
No, most nights it's
Most
there.
nights
No,
it's
I've,
there,
I've
yeah.
always seen it there.
Okay.
Because at one point, right when they started reopening again, I don't know if I mentioned this previously, but when they started reopening again after the pandemic, they started charging it for $2 after midnight.
For
That's
popcorn.
for popcorn.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
way.
And because
Riot. I'd riot.
Yeah.
I walked there for one before midnight, and then I went back in. They're like, "It's $2," and I just dropped it and I went back. I
Yeah.
was like, "I ain't paying for this.
Yeah.
It's not even worth like 50 cents."
Yeah, exactly.
Just popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
But here's
Salty
the thing. Here's the thing
popcorn.
about Noir opening both Noir and the main room. So the main room for Saturday nights at Rebel, you kind of dress semi-formal.
I felt. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah,
They dress semi-formal, and then
It's the clubbing
Noir,
attire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Noir is more EDM, so people are like dressed
Sure.
comfortably,
Yeah.
right? So my friend buddy got stopped at the bouncer because he was wearing like striped pants, like sweatpants.
It's like track
And-
pants.
Yeah, like track pants. And he was like, yo, you cannot go in with that. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to Noir. And he's like, oh yeah, good answer.
Yeah. Sometimes they're pretty anal about that too.
Yeah.
Like they won't let you in on that. Like you're not even allowed hats sometimes in the main. As I said, walking into the main room for popcorn, I just stood there watching like whoever was DJing. I'm
yeah.
like, yo, I feel so awkward. I don't know if you guys feel that, but like we go to enough raves where if you do a normal like club night. Or like
You feel awkward. It's
or
like,
like a
oh.
bar scene. I just feel awkward half the
My-
time.
It's just
my fr-
different.
Yeah, it's a
very
different vibe.
My friends always say, "Oh, here are the normies."
That's why that's literally what it is. Literally what it is, because I'm just like I walked into the main Rebel room to get popcorn. I was just standing there, just like literally eating exactly what you say, like partially in the crowd, just standing there eating popcorn. I'm just looking around, like I feel so out of place right now
Yeah.
that I need to go back. And then once I went to Noir, everything felt normal.
So for me,
You're safe.
I always when I,
Safe space.
yeah, whenever I go to
raves
all
are a
this,
safe place.
whenever I go to these events, I always buy a bottle of water and I put it into my pocket right here, and it holds, right? So I don't actually need to hold it while dancing. So when I was walking around Rebel that night, with my bottle in the pocket, and everything's like bulging out, right? And then I see people coming in through the entrance with like suits and like proper dress shirts and whatnot. I was just like, wait a second.
It's so weird.
Am I in the wrong event?
It's so weird. Like I haven't. It's so weird. Like I don't do regular clubbing. So yeah, it's just so weird that environment, and people spend like crazy.
Yeah.
The amount
they
of
do.
people
No,
I
it's-
see drunk. Like
It's
okay,
different. It's a different culture. I think
Yeah.
with the clubbing culture, it just
But
gets
they
shit
bar spend
faced.
like crazy.
Yeah.
It's
They do,
like
they do.
wild.
They do.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we just buy water. That's
Because
pretty much
EDM
it.
is more about the music than it is
Nah.
about getting shit faced. And
Yeah.
more or less, it's about the music.
pretty
yeah.
much.
So that was that for the
Bender
weekend.
complete. Yeah.
Yeah.
I slept
well,
forever on Sunday.
Next week, round 3.
Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be so bad.
So we're gonna debate a little bit about Raver energy.
Yeah.
How do we all do this?
Yeah. How's it possible that?
Apparently, I'm not human.
Yeah.
According to a lot of people.
Apparently I'm not human too.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask these things. Do you literally like your mindset is running off of vibes
Yeah.
and
much.
adrenaline?
Honestly, I would say adrenaline. For me,
Yeah.
it's like I want to use that Dylan Matthews thing. I was on no sleep, and I went through an entire work day like brain dead, And the moment I found out I was going Dylan Matthews, I had all the energy in the world. I shit you not. I just like, I remember it's like, I literally home and the confirmed ticket, I'm like, fuck, I gotta shower and get ready and go. And literally like the adrenaline kicked in.
He literally absorbed all the vibes from Earth. Like,
Yeah, literally. And then I made it. I have to drive.
All from me just saying, yes, let's go.
ticket secured.
Yeah.
I think it's like you're just trying to squeeze the maximum value you can from a single night.
That's why it's getting dangerous now with these
From
Thursday
being happy.
shows.
He chose happiness over sleep.
Yeah, exactly.
It's getting dangerous. But also another thing, like it's how you perform at raves, right? If you just stand or sit down for very long periods of time, you feel a lot more tired than you just continuously dancing.
That's true. Yeah. Like,
So if you are like moving your joints and your legs all the time, you find yourself being able to dance through a whole set than it is to just sit down or stand up in one spot for the whole set.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The one thing I always say is because everyone asks me, like, you guys know, like I somehow do some ridiculous stuff, and it's like, how are you still functioning and still dancing? I don't know. I'm different compared to a lot. I always joke that I train for these. So I train during the week and I do my cardio. I don't rave. I just do late night cardio is what I always tell people. And then that's like, I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. You're literally getting like a workout when you go. Another thing is I know a lot of people, once again, we talk about vitamins all the time, right? So a lot of times on like weekend events, like people ask me how many times I go, well, I don't do vitamins for almost any local shows because you honestly can't. And if you do the ones that you can do daily, like we know about, like ones that you could do like today, tomorrow, it's a slippery slope.
Like drinking.
Yeah. Well, drinking, yeah, exactly. Like drinking is technically considered a drug. Yeah, it's like I don't even do that anymore. I don't even go because then another thing, it's also cost, right?
Yeah.
You buy one drink at the bar, you buy another one.
Yeah, adds up.
Yeah, it adds up.
Yeah.
So
And if you're going every weekend, then you it adds up.
And essentially, like when you start going to a lot more raves, you tend to enjoy the music more than just getting shit faced, like how Benny said.
It's also a mindset thing. Like people even say that for regular day-to-day basis when you don't have motivation to do things. Like once you're in the mindset that you're raving this whole weekend or like you have all these shows or you're meeting up all these people, your identity is to go to all these raves. That's your identity.
That's hitting home right now.
That's a hot take. Right?
That's a hot take.
Yeah, so like, you know, you don't fall away from your identity. That's who you are. So you're going to do it.
That is a hot take, but also kind of not wrong.
Kind of true.
Yeah.
Kind of true.
That's true.
I use it, so to add on to that, I use it as more of a social outing, to be honest. So like the thing is, I know a lot of people in the rave scene, a lot of people know me. We've talked about going solo to raves that almost never happens because I always know someone going. But for me, it's like if I didn't, once again, everyone has different hobbies. I have other hobbies too. Like I do. But like when it's late night, to be honest, on like a weekend, I'm either going to be at home playing video games or doing, I don't know, some other random shit,
laying
right?
around on your phone, doom scrolling.
Like a lot, like people are honest to themselves. A lot of people do that all the time and do like fuck all at home.
Yeah.
Might as well I go out and get cardio and talk to people. Like I don't like the bar scene. Like I've never been a bar type of guy where I go to a bar and want to talk to people there. I like for me personally, raves, like-minded people listening to the same music. It's just a much more friendly environment. I enjoy it. So that's why.
How I treat raves is like going to a spin class. So if you can make it to a 5 a.m. spin class, you can make it to a
There's no 5 a.m. spin classes,
Oh, sorry.
by the way.
At 6:30.
7-ish would be the first
Oh,
class.
yeah. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If you can wake up for 7 p.m. and then you're all dead tired, like all groggy, and the minute you hit the spin class and you're just all endorphin rush and like
Yeah, but the thing with
adrenaline.
the spring classes, you gotta wake up for it.
Yeah,
I've-
that's true.
And then raise, you're already up.
yeah,
You
yeah,
might
yeah,
as
yeah.
well go.
You have a regular spin class.
But
Lower
here's the
here.
thing though, like the concept is that when you go into the spin class, you're just all energy, right? When you go to race for us right now and all this like local shows, the minute we go in, it's all energy, right? You just
I do
dance.
You feed off. Remember we talk about feed off vibes? We feed off the energy of the show too.
And I do both things.
Yeah.
I have ultimate raver energy. Especially with like the I think for last week, my 19-day bender, I was like actually like bending for 15 to 16 days.
Because it's like
So,
especially when you're traveling for raves, you want to
maximize your time.
You have to
Yeah.
like you're up and you're out.
Yeah.
You don't want to just sit around.
But-
you do that at home.
But honestly, it was pretty dysfunctional because my schedule was just like we would go to the event and then post game into sunrise and then take the sleep during the day. So you're not doing anything like normal person.
Do you ever? Okay, so this is where I'm my thought process is bad. Sometimes I want to push the limits of my body to see what it
Yeah.
can do. Which is,
Yeah.
did you feel that on that?
I've
tip?
done that before, but I know when to tap out. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But that's the thing. That's to test the limits of your
Yeah.
body.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
sometimes when I think of like, I'll be honest, this 4-day bender, I'm like, man, am I gonna survive? This is kind of cool.
With your
Yeah.
dream state.
Yeah, exactly. Like dream
weekend.
state. Like dream
Yeah.
state, I made it a bender, and it's technically a 2-day festival, and I made it a bender of
to
like
4.
like 4 and also 2 APs, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like,
That's crazy.
can I do it? And that thought, unfortunately, in my head is like, oh, that's kind of exciting.
Yes, that's true.
But also another thing, like I can relate to that, right? Whenever I meet new friends, they ask me like, "Oh, do I rave? Did you go to Vel?" And I say, "Yeah, I went to Vel. I also went to all 3 days AP of Vel." And they're like, "What? How do you even survive?" I'm
Different
like,
breed.
"No, it's just it's my 1-year anniversary of Vel. I just gotta go all out." You know?
You max as a. I think that's the thing. It's like when I went to Dream State, it's like, man, I cannot not do the AP.
Yeah,
you know
you
what I mean?
have to. You
I
have
have to do the AP.
yeah.
It's part of the
You're already
experience.
there.
Yeah, you're already
Yeah.
there. Because
Honestly, I for if it's a 2 days festival, it's not really an official festival to me unless I'm doing all those after parties too.
You have to do it.
Yeah,
That's-
have to
Raver
do it.
math.
yeah, that's just true. That is
2-day
a-
festival is not a festival to me. Yeah.
So yeah, like one thing I will say, and this goes for everyone, you do have to have some sort of fitness for doing this. So
Yes.
like health is very important. As
Health
said,
is very important.
with whatever you do, vitamins, make sure you're mentally stable. And once again, raves are escapism, right? But if people take like vitamins, but if you're using that as a full escape, that's also very wrong and also mentally bad for your body and mind.
It's to enhance it in
Yeah,
experience.
but you
not
can't
to-
you can't live in it fully. So like
Yeah.
the one thing is that we rave a lot, but at the same time we go sober. So
Yes.
we're genuinely there for the music and we enjoy the music. And then as I said, it's just like a normal thing. If we weren't doing that, we'd be at home doing nothing. But we're not blasted every weekend, like every rave. But
during-
fitness is very important. So like when it comes to energy, your
The stronger
fitness
you are?
the stronger, the longer you can last.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and everyone's body's different, right?
Survival of the
I
fittest.
think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for the first, I've been raving for almost 10 years. For the first maybe 7 years, it would have been like more of like, I'm young and I could do whatever. Because I think my diet, my fitness, everything was absolute trash for the first like 5, 6, 7 years. And then the recent few years, I think I'm starting to get more tired as I get older, but
Yeah.
it's fitness. Like I've been like going to the gym or like being more mindful of like whatever I consume. So yeah.
I'll like as the older raver here, I have more energy right now than I did 5 years ago for raves. And that's because I've put a real good focus on my fitness and my health.
That means I'll only be going on an up track because
Yeah, exactly.
because
You
he's
only-
7 years older than me.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like now I compare other people who also fit to my age and they don't have the same thing. As everyone's body's different. I just am able to. I think part of it comes from like my upbringing. Like my mom's like a crazy hard worker. Just like she functions on like no sleep. So I probably inherit some of that.
I think it also goes with like Asian people and raving. Like we use raving as an escapism. But then also we're very hardworking people, so we will go to the end. You will see us to the end. Yeah.
It's really
We work
cheesy,
hard.
but it's like work hard, play hard.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but it's work hard and play harder. Yeah,
That's better. Yeah,
Yeah, that's better.
That's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
And rave the hardest. I'm not
Yeah, rave to the grave.
But then, I guess one interesting thing about this is, like we're talking about for like nighttime and energy. What about daytime events? Because I find daytime events are more common in UK and like Europe.
I don't like that stuff.
And
Like
like
festivals
they're
or
wild.
clubs?
So festivals here, I
We
think
don't
all-
really have day clubs.
No,
in-
we don't have day clubs, but they have.
We only have Cabana. That's about it.
That
And the
doesn't really
beach
count.
club, whatever that is, but it's not EDM. So
Yeah.
But I think like I've seen like some club shows that are like the club shows, like it's in a club from like 2 to 10, and then all of a sudden they have an
Yeah.
EP from like 10 to like.
I did a trance
4.
one in London, and it was from like 2 to 10, and it's hard because there's no windows, so you don't see sunlight. You go
You don't
into the
need to.
club, and you go in with sunlight, and you leave, and there's no sunlight. Usually, when you enter the club, there's no sunlight, and you exit, and there's no sunlight.
Yeah. Usually it's like
It's
night
weird.
to
Or
night.
it's sunrise.
Or sunrise, yeah.
But you technically can try it. You just have to sleep, wake up at around 7, and just go to CZ.
I actually, so like in New York, I was doing all these post games, right? It was 7 a.m. at one point, and actually somebody showed up. They're like, yeah, I went to bed at like 11 or 12, and now I'm here at the post game.
I joined one of those New York
Yeah.
APs,
Yeah,
and
I was there too.
Yeah, me and Benny
They
were both
joined
there.
us,
When
yeah.
we joined, I was just like,
I
yo,
put
this
a
is
hard cap
I'm
at 6. I'm
yeah.
like, dude.
I looked over at Benny. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go.
But then I don't know if you saw me. I knocked out like
Yeah,
at
you
one
were
point.
you
Yeah.
KO'd.
But they were still going ham. I was like, oh my god.
That's
I had to
insane.
put a hard cap on. What was it? 6:30? 6.
6.
Hard
I think
cap.
6 hard cap.
Yeah.
I think that day I left at 8.
And you know
Yeah.
you know what the hilarious thing about that night was? We're thinking, oh yeah, Afterlife ends at like 2 o'clock, and we get
Yeah,
back.
finally get to
and then
sleep.
we still get back at 7 a.m.
No,
in
but
the
you
morning.
guys agreed to AP after. We're like,
Yeah.
hey, AP, you want to come Manhattan?
Once again, it was different. It's like, oh, we
Yeah.
Because we're traveling, so you
Yeah.
might as well.
yeah, you might as well, right? That's the thing. So, yeah. Anything else we want to add on?
I think that's unless you want to talk about the experience of your full benders, but
Well, I mean, that's,
we can leave that for another
that's
episode.
like a full episode topic.
A sunny special.
Yeah,
Let's talk about a little bit
more of a fun topic.
Raver math.
Raver math is the growing trend on TikTok
Yeah.
that we keep seeing.
There's like dog math, rabbit math too. So
Yeah, it starts from boy math, girl math.
Yeah.
Which,
It started from girl math.
Yeah.
My favorite one is if you go to a rave and you buy merch, shipping is free.
Yeah.
You save money.
You save
Yeah.
money.
I think the best one, which we can all relate to, is that if we buy a ticket 5 months from now, by the time we go, it's free.
Yes.
That is like the ultimate raver math. So like,
Yeah.
I bought tickets to like a festival in August. When I go, it's free. It's already paid for.
Yeah,
And
it's already
then
paid.
with payment plans, it's like, oh, am I actually
the
paying for
payment-
this?
yeah, the
Am I
payment
actually
plans-
paying for this?
Yeah.
You already ate the cost now.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen some messed up stuff. This is like a messed up raver math, but like one person would buy like 4 tickets or like how many ever on layaway and then charge all their friends the full amount.
Oh my god. That is.
That's bugged.
I've seen it before. I don't think this person will watch it, but
Oh my god.
That's next level strats. Holy.
That also goes with like the one person buying one ticket. You're the only one who goes, yet you buy 4 tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
It
why?
happened to me too many times. I
Yeah.
bought way too many tickets, but at the end you just scramble to find people, right?
Well, it's like, well, we do it all the time. Oh, I'm going to this event. I bought 2 tickets.
yeah.
I don't
Come.
know. I just bought 2 tickets.
Yeah, but come to the guests. Come. Let's go.
Tier 1 pricing is
Yeah.
always, if you buy it early, it's always better than buying last minute.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
when you manage to buy tier 1 price, you know the show is good.
Tier 1 pricing is just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we take time off for raves too. So one of the funnier ones is we have to count in the recovery period
periods,
into
yeah.
that, or you just show up to work absolutely brain dead the next day.
Then you call in sick.
Oh yeah, are you calling sick?
No, you have to show up at work to call in sick so that you know that people can see that you're
And
sick.
that also ties in with the raver math, like what we just did on these benders. Oh, I can go to this Thursday event and get like 2 hours of sleep and then go
Yeah.
to work and then
you know
much.
the hours just start dropping, right? Like, you know when they're like, oh, like for some events we're there and then they're like, oh, they might extend the set for an hour. And you're like, oh, okay, I thought I could sleep for 5 hours, but I guess I'm okay with sleeping for 3 now.
You know what I do, which is kind of bad? I use a sleep, like one of those sleep cycle things. And sometimes in those scenarios, I look at, oh, what's my sleep cycle going to be if I stay here? Okay, if I go to bed at this time. I'm gonna get my sleep cycles in 2.5 hours. So then I'll just time my alarm here and get that extra like 20.
There are days in Rave, like when I go home at 5, I just put my phone timer to 8 hours and I just set it off.
Really?
Yeah, then I just go sleep.
Or you close your eyes at the event.
I've definitely slept at a rave before
Yeah,
with my eyes
definitely
closed
have, yeah.
while my legs are still bouncing.
Yeah.
A little strange, but I've
I've
done
done that
that
too.
too.
I've done that too.
Oh, here's a funny one since we do accommodations. If you pay for the hotel when everyone pays you back, you made money. That's how I felt. I remember when I collected it from everyone from Afterlife. After I'm like, oh my god, I'm like net positive 600.
That's how I felt when we went to Europe
Because
too.
the expense was for the month of March,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
you made profit in the month of September.
But here's the thing though, that it also works the other way, right? If I didn't need to pay you then, I'm happy. Yeah. Then now, after everything is gone, like when I saw my thing, saw my bills and whatnot, my budget and everything, I was like, oh, I still need to pay. Okay, yeah, that cuts it off. So it's technically free too.
Yeah.
And then there's also meal replacements, which are vitamins, and people save from festival food purchases. Yeah.
I mean, I do that on. I can't recall the last time I've purchased food inside of a festival.
Oh, I get hungry all the time. So
In festival, I always try to sneak in a protein bar.
Yeah, you mentioned I gotta start doing that. I do
Yeah.
the one meal for festivals. I do 1 meal a day. That's it.
yeah, that's the festival diet.
That's the festival diet.
At Lost Lands, I did not eat for 36 hours, and I felt fine. It was vibes. Yeah.
You're living off vibes.
Yeah, literally vibes.
EDC was me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
essentially,
vibes.
you save money.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You just save so much money.
You save money.
I think
for
you're
not
just
eating
so
3 meals.
distracted that you're not hungry.
Yeah.
Like, I think I had 2 bites that 36 hours, like 1 bite of like a really dry hot dog.
Are like that's why when you come back, you're like, I lost 5 pounds. Yeah, you literally ate your inside, like your insides is literally like
Yeah.
dying.
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
begging for food.
Yeah.
That's why when you come back, you gotta be very careful what you eat, because like it could like snowball very like you'll
You
crash
get
so
some idea.
hard.
Exactly. Eat healthy foods.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of vegetables and fruits. But yeah, like you just get so distracted. When I was at EDC, when only eating 1 meal a day, because it just falls down. You wake up, you go hunt for food, and you come back, you just have to get ready for the rave. And next thing you know, once you're ready, you either take your shuttle, your ride or Uber or whatnot, and then it's just distraction after distraction after distraction. And next thing you know, you repeat the cycle for all 3 days.
Because this is a known fact. People eat when they're bored.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So when you get distracted a lot and you just don't eat and then you just lose 5 pounds and you're like,
Like,
oh,
you're not
hey,
even
this is a
starving.
good weight loss program. I gotta go to every festival now.
That's such a degen way to think about it, but it's honestly like I was thinking about it too, because like I've been lifting and then I'm like, oh, I got dream state. Oh, this is a cut for me.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my god, because I'm not. It's bad. So the one thing is that obviously food everyone needs to eat because it gives you energy, but like. Once again, like it's just you're literally living off vibes and somehow
Yeah.
getting energy somehow. But
And
everyone's body's different too, right?
So, and literally, Raver Math, you're literally so distracted by the raves and the music and the people. You're not doing anything else. And like, say those down times where you're back at your hotel, Airbnb, or even at home if it's a local festival. You're like in a simulation where you're not doing anything productive for your normal life. And like, yeah, that's like Raver Math. Like nothing. You're doing nothing. Like this is just like a whole vacation. Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's good points, and I don't think we have anything else. Yeah.
Let
we're
us
good
know
there.
what your Raver
Yeah.
Math is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Put it in the comments.
Yeah.
Something down below.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put something down below. I don't know if we have another topic for the next episode.
We're coming near Christmas time, so I
Yeah.
guess we'll see how that pans out.
We might want to do a
Another
Another
nice little
Christmas
tree.
special.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
probably.
gonna have this tree for the month of December. This little
Yeah.
guy.
We can do a topic on the best shows for 2024.
Yeah, we can do a recap of this year.
Yes.
We can do a
I
recap
don't
of
really
this
want to
year.
go through my numbers.
BnB
but I
Wrapped.
guess
Yeah,
BnB Wrapped.
Yeah.
what we found our best shows and yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I go as many shows as you did, but I went to.
Why are you outing me like that?
What?
Why are you outing me?
Why
I saw
would
you.
you feel a lot?
I saw you 5 times in one weekend.
That's true. And that's how I met Sonny too. Like I just go see it. Like,
That's like-
oh,
This,
every
I
time
just see this guy too much.
I see this guy too much. You know? I have to go say hi. You know, and they know we're doing this podcast right now.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll put something in the comments.
See you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.